Hi, welcome to the video on sourcing company functionalities within NB Procure. My name is Murali Avanamuthu, one of the founder director of Cetas. NB Procure is an add-on solution which is built to extend the procure-to-pay process within Dynamics 365 Business Central, and it provides various automation right from vendor onboarding, purchase requisition to the payment. And it has a portal which is hosted on Azure to help you collaborate with your vendors. Why you would need NB Procure? It provides a lot of automation functionalities along with the procure to pay module, and it helps you to control your cost by providing various functionalities like budget control, getting multiple quotations from vendors, enabling reverse auction, and so on. And it is all built right within Business Central, which is a familiar user interface for your buyers. So there are two components within the NB Procure. One is within BC, another is the self-service portal hosted on Azure. So like I mentioned, there are functionalities like approving vendor registration, purchase requisition, floating multiple RFQs to different vendors, being able to compare their quotes, release a PO, being able to match the invoice, and so on. There are additional functionalities like budget control, sourcing companies, which is what this video is about, schemes and rebates, and consignment order. The portal has self-service functionalities like the vendor can register themselves, they can view the RFQs and prepare a quote, they can view the PO and acknowledge it, they can upload invoice using Azure Document AI, they can view their statement of accounts, participate in reverse auction and all. So let's talk about what a sourcing company is. A sourcing company is an organization which assists other businesses in finding and purchasing the right products or services they need. So in essence, it connects the company with a trusted network of suppliers, negotiates prices on their behalf, and ensures timely and quality product delivery. So what we do in NB Procure for these sourcing companies is we try and automate the purchase requisition process right from a sales quote or a sale order. We can automatically create a sales order if you choose to do so. We can create a purchase order either out of multiple quotations or directly from a purchase requisition. And by doing all this, it can enhance efficiency in your both sales and procurement process and keeping these two in sync. So there are two scenarios we address within NB Procure for a sourcing company. One is where you have a confirmed sales order from a customer and how you would be able to progress into a PO through the purchase requisition. The second would be where you have shown a catalog of items to a customer and a customer is interested. So you are giving a sales quotation. And from the sales quotation, how do you then progress to being able to initiate a purchase requisition, being able to get quotes or release a PO, and then automatically convert the quote also into a sales order. So let's look at what specific setup you need to do to enable a sourcing company functionality. In the NB Procure setup page, there is a sourcing company boolean, which you need to turn on. And there is an option available whether you want to create the sales orders automatically. Now let's look at the scenario one. How do you start from a sales order and go to a purchase order? When a sales order gets released in BC, we automatically create a purchase requisition. And in the requisition, you would have the items which are requested by the customer. And if these items are tagged to multiple vendors, you'll be able to release requests for quotes to those vendors, get their quotes and do a comparison and then decide upon the purchase order. If you happen to have only a single vendor for the item, then right from the purchase requisition, you would be able to go ahead and create a purchase order. In the scenario 2, we start with the sales quote because you have not got the confirmed order from the customer yet, but you are trying to source these products. So from the sales quote, we initiate a purchase requisition. Again, if there is a single vendor, you can go ahead and initiate the process of order, which the system checks whether order is already created. If there is automatic functionality available, then system itself can go ahead and create a sales order automatically and also the back-to-back purchase order. If you have not turned on the automatic sales order creation, you will have to first create the sales order from the sales quote. Then you will be able to release the PO from the purchase requisition. If on the other hand, if an item has multiple vendors, you will be able to release requests for quotes to those multiple vendors, get their quotation, do a quote comparison, and then the same decision whether the automatic sales order creation is enabled or not. and based on that, whether a sale order is automatically created or manually created, and finally a PO being released. That completes the scenario 2. Now let's look at how this is all implemented within Business Central. So we are at the NB Procure setup page where, as you can see, the sourcing company Boolean has been turned on, and we have also enabled the automatic sales order creation. We are at the sales code page now. So this is the quotation header. Let's look at the line. So there is one cycle which is requested by this customer. Now, when you release this sales code, system will automatically create a purchase requisition. Now we are at the purchase requisition page. As you can see, the purchase requisition consists of this particular bicycle which the customer was interested in. And you can see there are 2 suppliers for this item. Now, if you go ahead and release this PR, system will create the multiple quotation. However, if you are going to only work with one vendor, you can uncheck the other vendor and go ahead and click make order. And this will now create the sales order or the purchase order based on whether the automatic sale order creation is enabled or not. In our case, obviously it is enabled. So the system will go ahead and create the sale order and purchase order. Now we are back at the purchase requisition page for a different PR. And as you can see here, we have multiple vendors. We want to be able to show you how to release a multiple request for quote. We are releasing the PR now. And for a released PR, we will be able to release multiple RFQs. This then the vendor will submit their quotation, and we can show you now how the quote comparison process works. So we are in the quote comparison page for a particular PR. We can see there are 3 vendors who have submitted their quote. Now we can choose the vendor based on the price or other quality parameters and go ahead and select that vendor. And when we click make order, system again based on the option of automatic sale order creation will go ahead and create the sales order and as well as release the PO. So as you can see, for sourcing companies, NB Procure has these functionalities which will enhance your procurement efficiency, and it will help you to optimize the vendor selection process, and it reduces the manual entry because it helps you to sync both the sales order and the purchase order. Cetas, apart from NB Procure, has several add-ons listed in the Microsoft App Source. And about Cetas, we are in Microsoft Dynamics business for 15 years, and we are a 160 plus team member organization. We have about 12 plus add-ons listed on App Source, and we have 300 plus customers globally. Thank you for your time. And if you want to try NB Procure, we encourage you to visit Microsoft App Source. And for various demo videos on NB Procure, you can visit our YouTube channel. And for any help, you can visit our Cetas website. And you can also write to us on sales@cetas.com. Thank you very much.